Hello, everybody. How are you guys? This is Develop Your Mindset podcast, and as you guys know, we've been working on making the podcast better, and then of course, this is better. And I have two guests with me. One is Katya, and one is Haig, and we're gonna talk about mindset, cryptocurrency, and a lot of other things. I'm sure it's gonna come in between. And Katya is a personal trainer and crypto trader and investor as well. Haig is he's an Armenian mindset host and crypto trader and investor, and he does a lot more other things. We can talk about it. And yes, first we start ladies first, and
Thank you so
you can
much.
introduce yourself and kind of say a few things about you.
Yeah, so I'm Katya Blasi, and I'm a personal trainer but also a crypto investor. And I started actually to invest into crypto 2018. And it was very interesting because I was training my clients, but in between I had some downtime. So I started to, look around at Robinhood, and I started to buy some Bitcoin and some Ethereum, some Dogecoin, and actually it really became my passion to trade in between, my clients. So, and it was actually my start of how I started to get into cryptocurrency and getting more interested into what it actually does, what it does actually for the humanity, and
I know.
So that was my.
It's amazing, yes. And then Haig, how did you?
Yeah, I'm a host from New Armenian Mindset. You forgot the word new.
Okay, new.
Yeah, so I heard about Bitcoin in 2011 during the Occupy movement in downtown in front of the city hall. And then the second year I went to a festival and I heard someone was talking about it, and I came home. I'm like, okay, I need to get into this. I understand more. Like, we've been looking for freedom within the matrix, to create a new matrix which is free from the centralization of the banking system. So this is Bitcoin, and this is the first crypto gold money, I should say. It's like the new gold, which is decentralized, and we can use it as peer-to-peer. We don't need anyone in the center like a banking system or anyone else. I can send it to you, you can send it to me directly. So and I tried to get in 2012. I had the laptop, I had that flip phone that take picture. I tried, it didn't work. 3 weeks I tried, I just gave up. It was like $200-300 at the time, the Bitcoin. My brother reminded me that we have $10,000 on the side, we just couldn't get in. But yeah, I got into 2016-17. That's when we got in. We'll go over that soon.
Yeah, I mean, like me too, personally. I was there with my brother on the Occupy movement, and we heard from there, since everybody was, like into that kind of mindset. And we did hear about it, but it was not easy for us to get in. And over the years, we learned so much about Bitcoin. And then, the one of the first show that I want to do, like, wanted to bring guests for you guys, is like to talk something about that I'm really passionate about too. So it's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna go amazing. So, as you guys know, the show is about developing mindset, and I want to hear both of you guys about what it took to develop your mindset, what it took to understand, like to how long did it take you to understand this, and why did you get into all this mindset? Like, a lot of people, they give up. It sometimes it gets too much, too long, and then they lose interest. But you guys didn't, neither Haig or you, Katya. And how did you do it? Like, what did it took?
So yeah, I'm somebody, I was always like very, how to say, I started working very early, and I always was working super hard, like very, very hard. My parents always told me, like, you got to work hard for your money, you got to be like a good girl, like working hard. And once I actually came to America, that's actually 5 years ago, I started at Equinox, and then I was talking to a lot of very wealthy people. And it actually, I found out talking to so many different people who really, really had a lot going on and a lot of money, that they were working hard, but they were working smarter than harder. So
Of course.
and they were all telling me the same thing. They were either going into real estate or investment. And real estate here in Los Angeles is kind of very expensive, so I actually decided to use trading, so investment, for getting into real estate then later on. So that's actually how I started to develop the mindset of, hey, there must be something different. There must be something where I need to develop this skill set. So I looked more into where can I trade, and so in the beginning on Robinhood, I started
Most famous app.
with $500, and I was like trading back and forth cryptocurrency, and actually I really made in the beginning from this $500 in 3 months $20,000. So that was
Wow.
actually
Amazing.
Nice.
really nice, and so I used actually always like the money that I made on top of it. So that means like when I made $500, no, with $500 I made $30. So I next time invested $530, and then I made $80, and so I invested in more and more, and so that actually got me in that short period of time, to $20,000.
Nice.
Yeah, it's amazing when the market is going up. Bitcoin is very interesting how you can make your money just like
But that
more.
was in 2018. It was actually a bear market. So
Yes.
that was in the bear market. But I knew, okay, there's always a percentage range where Bitcoin moves. So I was like saying, okay, it moves this much percentage. So I had like a stop loss. And and a buy order. So and that's how I actually made it happen.
Yes.
So that was in the bear market.
Where did you do that? So I was doing that on Bittrex, I think.
Yeah, I did it on
So-
Robinhood. Like
Robinhood,
yeah,
okay, you
so
said it.
always
Yeah.
like back and forth.
I didn't know
Yeah.
back then there was Robinhood.
Yeah.
How about you, Haik? What kind of mindset you had to develop to start doing something like Bitcoin?
I didn't have to develop the mindset because I've always been rebellious against the system since I was a teenager. I didn't like school. I went to boarding school and I used to just leave the school and just run out, go to the beach.
Nice.
But I didn't know why I was doing that because something didn't feel right. And then when I grew up, 15 years later, I started going to my spiritual journey. Then I understood why I didn't like school, because it's schooling. They're just indoctrinating us and brainwashing, just to become like robots, to just get a job, get married, make a family, and just go from work to home. Some vacations, go to Hawaii or Miami, but don't stay there because that's only for vacation. Like, no, if you really like it, you can just stay there. You don't have to come back home. So that's what I learned. And then once I understood what Bitcoin is, I'm like, that's it. I'm all in. That's how I was like convinced. And at the time, it was 2016, 17. We borrowed like $70,000 with high interest, 35%. We ended up paying more than $100,000, and once we put the money in, it was already high, and then it went back down. If we held the bitcoins, we're at like 10.5 bitcoins.
Nice.
It would have been nice, but we just bought and sold, and while you're working, you're not on it all the time, at all times. You don't know what's going on. You don't see when it's going down and up. You're late. And the big whales, we call them, they have the AI. They just buy and sell. They don't even do it. The AI does it for them. We
Yeah.
didn't know
Right.
back then. And like, oh shit, we lost. Oh, and the 10.5 Bitcoin came down to half a Bitcoin. So now, because of that, even though twice it went really downwards, most of the coins we were in it, we sat in it, we're like, we don't want to take any more chances. We know it's going to come back up and it's going to surpass 10 or 100 folds in the coming years.
So one small question is like, I know that back in those days you were trading your Bitcoin with your phone. What did you change?
Yeah,
like that's your mindset. You pushed yourself to.
Yeah, on the phone it's really like, you know, you don't see much, like one coin at a time. So I just bought with my brother 6 monitors, and
Nice.
I see a couple of coins at the same time, and the whole all the coins, what's going on, the percentage, and not every day, but a couple of times a week actually. Like lately, if a coin went up, there are like at least 30-40 coins that I like. They're really good. So one of them went up 20% for, sometimes there is a reason, sometimes there is no reason, people jump on it. I'm like, okay, it's 20% up, I sell it, and look at the another good coin which is 5% minus, that's 25% difference. I just get into that coin, and for sure that coin is going up 10-15%. And then I sell that, I wait for the other coin that I sold goes back down, I just jump in back into it and I make more coins. That's what I'm playing. This is the late game I'm playing.
Are you guys trading on Binance or are you trading on?
Binance.us and KuCoin, they're both like very little. They charge 0.50 or 0.75%.
Yeah.
Forget
Coinbase.
Coinbase. That's,
Yeah.
they charge too high.
Yeah, I'm also like I went at a certain point from Robinhood and to Coinbase, and from Coinbase to Binance, and now I'm on Binance and charting there, and you know, getting more professional.
Well, I mean, personally, I have it on my on Coinbase. I feel like that's safe, but I'm not trading anything. I'm just holding the coins. I know the market's gonna come back up. I'll deal with it afterwards.
The holding, if I would have hold all my coins that I had in the beginning, I would be a multimillionaire. Like,
I know.
Likewise.
We
Likewise.
learn, right? Like, so you guys,
It's like
you hear
crazy.
here what's going on. If you hold any coin,
Yeah.
don't sell it.
just don't look
what
at it.
price you had? Which one? Dogecoin.
I
And how many?
0.0018. So, and I
Yeah,
had 2 million
that's-
Dogecoin. and then I also bought Ethereum at $89. So, and I had 120 Ethereum and 5 Bitcoin. So, and I bought Bitcoin at 4,500. So that was like my entrance. I made some good money, but if I would have hold till now, I would be fine. So I could
Yeah.
go to Hawaii.
You're reminding me the same thing. We had
Just
Matic.
holding it.
Yeah, Matic from 1
Oh
cent.
my God.
250,000 of them. Now it's right now it's about
All right,
$1.
guys, I
Yeah.
want to start asking the questions because the
Okay.
question's going to take you to that journey
All right.
anyways.
Yes.
So you
See.
start with Katya, and what is Bitcoin and what is cryptocurrency in your mind? How do you see it, and how can you explain this?
So Bitcoin for sure will be the future. It's digital gold, and there's only 21 million Bitcoin. 18 million are already got mined, and so a lot of them already also got lost because some people forgot their keys, or I don't know, something happened to their keys, and so there's like just a finite amount of Bitcoin. And at a certain point, because there's in our regular monetary system, it doesn't matter which currency you are going in, they are printing money like crazy. So last year there got much more dollars printed than since 1973. So
Yeah.
we've got so much more dollars now in the market.
Circulating.
Yeah.
And this will actually get a hyperinflation. So with this hyperinflation, at a certain point, there could be a black swan event. And Bitcoin was exactly created 2009 or after 2008. Because of 2008, Bitcoin was
The crash,
created
right?
just as a hedge against a crash like that. Just there would be a possibility to hold the value of something, and that's actually Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is really holding the worth, even if it's volatile right now, and it's getting perceived as dangerous or as not as stable. soon there will be a turnaround. So as soon, because we are right now not backing everything up with gold or anything. So
Right.
as soon as America took the dollar off the gold standard, there's just money printed, like it's just paper. There's nothing behind it. And so we actually need something that holds the value. And institutions right now are jumping on Bitcoin, are also getting it into their portfolio, and also, you know, big investors, big families are investing in Bitcoin, and that will be the future. Like I'm very much believing that this is the future, because so many dollars and euros and everything is getting printed, and we cannot back that up anymore.
Totally. Hike, what is Bitcoin? And
Yeah.
what is cryptocurrency? How do you see it?
Well,
in your mind?
Bitcoin,
Now.
what I'm seeing is, just like Katya said, it's the digital gold, the new gold. The difference between digital gold and real gold is gold we can still find. We can just go in a mountain and in different areas of the world. And right now we have advanced machinery, or we have the satellites that taking pictures, and we can find with the satellites where we can find gold. So the more we dig in, the more we find. But the difference between that and the digital gold, which is called Bitcoin, we have only 21 million, which is just like Katya said, 18 million is already mined. There is only 3 million left, which will be mined in the next 20 years, about 2040. That's the last one, which is going to be mined. And another thing is Bitcoin, every time we mine Bitcoin, it opens up a new blockchain. And that blockchain, we cannot destroy it once it's opened, it's created. It's just like we speak of God, you know, whatever it's created, it seems like we can destroy it, but we cannot ever destroy a universe. So it's kind of like there are different universes, parallel universes. This is like parallel, kind of like that, different blockchains, like different universes, and you can't destroy that. So that's how powerful I see it. And I heard someone ask the question, can we hack Bitcoin with quantum computing? And then the answer was Bitcoin is the new quantum computing, because the difference between a regular computer and internet, actually, and the new computer internet, the ones that we've been using, it has codes which are all zeros and ones. We all know that. And the new one, that's like black and white duality, and it's kind of like linear. So the new one is it's all the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10, and then all the platonic shapes that turn into letters. So all the letters, which becomes 3, 4, 5 fifth dimensional. And that's why that's the powerful computer system, which is the first one, which is a blockchain, and first one was Bitcoin. That is why, and the more people create those blockchains, the stronger it gets. And I'd like to hear from Kathy as well about this, because we spoke, and then she had different idea. I'd like to hear yours as well.
So in my opinion, I think there could be a danger because of quantum computing. So right now, like the network is getting secured by a lot of computers around the world, and this is actually creating like the stability of the network, and we're mining different bitcoins in different on different computers. I still believe that there could be a something getting developed in the future that can actually really hack the codes of the Bitcoin, and with each with each mining, or with each if you're creating a block, or with each hash, with each block, you're creating a code, and the code is getting more difficult and even more difficult each time. So that's actually how the how it's actually developed. But I think if there's a strong enough quantum computer getting developed, that actually could hack the system. but I don't know what's going to be developed in the future. But I think humanity always is intelligent enough in order to hack systems, but Bitcoin will also catch up. So there's just like, this is the only thing, the only danger that I can see that could actually, crash the system. But if there's enough rich families and enough whales, like people who have a lot of Bitcoin, their interest will be also that we are securing more the network. So it will be an interesting discussion in the future.
All right,
Yeah.
so I have another thing that I was looking at, thinking about, which is like Bitcoin is a coin, right? And then now the market is like shifting, changing. This is recently we're hearing about NFTs and then DeFi's and all these different names and words. What are they? If you guys can a little bit go explain to like people that they have no clue, they don't understand. A lot of people are interested in these things. And what is DeFi? What is NFTs? What are coins?
We can maybe split it up. So DeFi is a decentralized finance. So we have a decentralized finance where I can actually send, for example, my Ethereum or some other coins, and that's actually peer-to-peer. There's no bank in between. There's no third party in between. I just can send you money into, and that's actually great. That's actually really the freeing property of DeFi, because it will actually connect the whole world, the whole financial world system, and so there's different blockchains developed. So Bitcoin was the first one, and then there's Ethereum, which is another. There's smart contracts developed on this blockchain.
Yes.
So each blockchain has different things to do. I always look at it like freeways, and like there's this one freeway, and then there's like different buildings
different
built.
forks.
Built on there, and then there's another freeway, and there's different things built on there. This is just how I imagine it, just in my mind. And so you can actually then invest into projects that are then developed on that blockchain. And so there's different blockchains like Ethereum, Chainlink, Polkadot is like a cross blockchain. Then like there's different blockchains, and you can develop into that. And NFTs is just a non-fungible token where you have like a picture and you mine that picture into a code, and there's only one picture, and this is then mined into that code, and so you're actually having ownership on it, like either music, picture, or other things like content. We can also make an NFT out of this here and sell it for a lot of money.
So hi, I know when was it, like maybe 4 or 5 months ago, I saw you buy and sell. You were very interested about NFTs, and then you were talking about buying domain names on the blockchain and all these things.
Crypto.
Yeah, so if you kind of like tell your side of how do you
on Zilliqa, which is a Zil coin, we can buy instead of .com, .crypto. You pay only $40, and for life it's yours. That's one. The DeFi coins, I want to go to the DeFi, decentralized finance, that means we don't need anyone in between, a broker. So kind of like the platform is not a broker, but you can keep your money there, and you get your interest, and there's different, like really from 1% to up to 150%. There was a coin, and I'm like, I didn't trust, and months passed by, they brought it little down to 120 to 90%. They're still there, and they're giving. There is a different way, because you lock your money there, and they use your money in other, they give to with an interest to others to use the money, and they can buy other coins with their AI system that they can double that money in no time, which they give you 90% for the whole year. So they're not afraid to get your money and give you that much money. But the good coins, they give 6-7% up to 12%. When you go to a bank, they will give you point half percent or one. Right now, I think they're going a little higher because they're losing their thing. People are waking up 2-3%, which is still nothing close to what we're getting on the DeFi's. Matic is a DeFi also, and like Katya said, like each coin has different play, each blockchain. So what Matic does is connects. It connects all the dots of DeFi to be rewarded or given to people, and the congestion that happens, Matic does it in a way that it goes much faster. You don't have to wait too long. So that's why Matic is really good coin. In the future couple of years from now, you're gonna see 50, 100x on it, 100 times. And NFTs, a non-fungible token, which is like your picture, you turn it into digital. There is a way though you can have one of your pictures, 20 of them or 100 of them. But then again, there are numbers, and no one can copy or do another number because it's on the blockchain, and people will know. A lot of people, they just they sit at home and they just work and see all the transactions, and if there is the same number comes out from another account and there is a red flag, so everyone tells one another. That's why it's called decentralized. Like from China, from Russia, people are sitting and looking all these transactions. They get paid doing that for you, and then they know, the blockchain knows which account came last, that crypto or NFT to another account. If it comes out from another account, the same number, that's, like I said, it's a red flag, and everyone would know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's very amazing. You have something quick?
Like actually it's great for the music industry, the NFTs. If you're a star and your song would actually get played, then, or the NFT song would get played in different areas, or somebody would actually use it for a film or something, then you directly get the information, and then also the you are directly as an artist getting paid, because it's in the smart contract, like it's written in the smart contract that you are as an artist are getting paid. So that's why NFTs will be very good in the future for all the music industry, for all the artists, but also in the gaming industry will be very interesting to watch in the future.
And also when I bought that NFT and I sold it, 10% of whatever I sold it goes back to the artist, and then that person sold it a year later, another 10% will go to the same artist. So it just keeps on residual income rewarding it.
So we've been talking about some interesting, amazing stuff. We have the last question, which is going to go a little bit long, because this is the big question, which is, what is the future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and how it will affect the real economy? And let's go.
No, I believe that's the future. So I think that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will actually take over, and I believe it's kind of the internet of the early stages. So everybody who is right now investing in Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies will actually win a lot of money and will be very wealthy. So at a certain point it will be kind of the internet where in the beginning we had a few modems working together, and now it's like fully connected, and that will be the same with the blockchain. And the blockchain, different blockchains then connecting with each other, and then having parachains that are also connecting. And so I really believe that will be the future, and it also will affect a lot the economies around the world. That means like people will just differently spend their money. They will then use cryptocurrency for their purchases instead of paper money. So on the one hand, it's great, but on the other hand, it's also a little scary because everything that you're then purchasing, even if I buy ice cream then with my cryptocurrency, will be then written down in the blockchain. That means like in 100 years, everybody still will see that I bought at this day an ice cream with my cryptocurrency. So that's
Exactly.
another thing. On the one hand, great for or against fraud. On the other hand, it is, you know, like
Open,
really
everyone can see.
good. Everybody can see it,
Yeah.
but it's also really good because you know, like you always can follow it back. You can follow back the money, or you can follow back where it was.
Track it.
And I think Bitcoin will be very high soon. So I
Yes.
think I would suggest I see Bitcoin at $98,000 by the end of the year. That's my prediction. And then mid of the year next year, I would say 120,000. So yeah, 98,000. Did I say million? No.
No.
Yeah, you said
Million
it.
then later. Yeah, so that's where I'm aiming for. That's actually where I'm putting myself already into the future. So in 10 years, I think a Bitcoin can be at 1.2 million. That's my prediction.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in between all that, you can be buying and selling. If you understand. If you don't,
Yeah.
don't do it.
No, just hold. Actually, that's what I learned from my trading experience. Just 70% of my portfolio I'm holding, and then 20% I can trade with my spot wallet, and then 10% is actually the thing that I have in USDT or USDC, the cash, kind of the crypto cash, where I am then able to invest. So that's my
Yeah.
investment strategy.
Yeah, I have uneasy time having some money on the side on the USD.
Oh,
I
He's-
just hold
he's
it
all
for a
in.
day
He's
or two,
always
and
on
then I'm
in.
always in. Like, okay, I'm all
but
in.
it's one of the hardest things, really. For me, it's also the hardest thing when you're like, oh, there's something, and then you actually want to buy in. But yeah, 10%.
Yeah, I like that
So-
way of playing.
So, Haik, what is the future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency?
Future of Bitcoin, it's like it's not only Bitcoin is the first, and then there's altcoins. So each one has their own role to play. So there are blockchain. The main thing is the blockchain and the encryptions, which is the new computing system, the higher version of the computer, the internet that we've been using. So the future is we're gonna see new Amazon, decentralized of the Amazon, decentralized of the Facebook, and decentralized of everything like Google, the internet. We're gonna see different companies have been already working on this. Was it Troy? Which one was the?
I've heard of Troy.
The Chinese internet company,
Right.
and there's a couple of others that they're building the new
Right.
Google on decentralized. They're not gonna follow us, just like Google knows everything, what we do, where we go, sends us advertising and ads. That's gonna stop, and yeah, that's the
Would be different.
future. And I see whichever company doesn't go with blockchain, they're gonna fall behind. If you have a website, you gotta turn it into with a blockchain to be really secured. We don't need any more antivirus or anything like that. Even with antivirus, someone can get in, but blockchain is way more advanced than any antivirus that there is out there. And the price, I'm gonna say much higher. I see in 5 years, couple of $1 million Bitcoin. The reason why it's because of the inflation that we've been printing money. I've been listening to economists and I'm watching. We're all seeing how the inflation is just
Right.
every month it's just going like everyone is charging. Oh, I'm gonna charge higher now because I have to pay double the amount of rent or house. So I'm gonna charge double what I'm charging, whatever I'm selling. If it's $50, I'm gonna charge 100. We're jumping into double instead of 55, 60, 65. It's just going crazy fast. And what I'm seeing is the new virus that is coming, and they're making a big deal out of it. They want to try to close places again because we're printing more money and we need an excuse to give it to people again. I'm seeing that as well, and of course we get to be careful. It's, the virus is still out there, especially when we're living in fear. Uh, People who are in happy and not in love, chosen love instead of fear, they're not having really problem. Even when they're getting the virus easily, they're easily winning it, or just
Yes.
getting out of it.
Yes.
So that's what I'm seeing. And one more thing, this card, we were just talking about it. I just show it to Katya again.
Yeah.
It's Visa. I got it. It's CRO coin, which is from crypto.com app, which is DeFi. And now they have NFTs also they sell on their website. So this card, if you have 50,000 CROs, which is about $5,000, you get this green color card. They have the blue one. That one gives you 1% only, and this card, I believe it gives you 6% cash back. There is one higher one, 8% cash back. This one is 6% cash back, and when you travel at the airport, you can use the kind of VIP lounge. I don't know what it's called, but you just can use that place. Also, they pay your internet and Netflix as well.
Nice.
So it's an amazing. I haven't been using, but you gotta turn your crypto CRO into cash, and then just use it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I will check it out for sure.
If you want to spend your crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not.
But
you can just put your cash here, spend it from here.
Yeah.
And I'm
Get
pretty sure I didn't
6%.
check yet. Since it's Visa, it will affect your credit. It will, give you credit.
Nice.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I just want to ask again the remaining of the question. I feel like you probably have something to add to it, which is like, and how it will affect the real economy, which is, as we know, there's the chart of the economy chart of the world, which is I'm very interested. Once in a while I go and see, and it always fluctuates. But obviously, U.S. is to 20.5 trillion dollar a year market. China is right now it's somewhere around 14 point something trillion dollar market. Russia is 1.5 trillion.
Wait, China is more than US?
No.
No.
US is 20.5 trillion
Okay,
dollars.
Are you sure?
I thought you 2.5.
I just heard from Kathy Woods it's 8 trillion.
No. This
year.
is the GDP of US. This is the countries where the
Net worth, yeah.
What they put out and they bring in.
Okay,
And-
I just heard that.
Yeah,
8
I don't have the chart here. It was on my phone, but my phone's gone now. But trust me, I'm very interested in this.
Mhm.
And a bunch of other countries, which is like Germany, France, and all this, England, they're somewhere around 2.5, 2.7, 3.1 trillion dollar. Those economies. Surprisingly, Russia is so low. I don't understand. I don't get it.
When you go there, you'll understand. I've been there.
Okay,
I've
so
never been
It
to
was a
Russia.
communist country. They just got out of it like what, 15 years ago?
Wow.
It takes time, a long time.
I mean, Germany, they sell all these Porsche and Volkswagens or Audi, like
No,
all these
when I
Mercedes.
went there,
Like
they had
you would
one
think
kind of car, Volga, I think it's called, and then one kind of phone, nothing else.
Oh.
Yeah.
that's insane. So
Yeah.
so when it comes
20
to
years
this
ago about.
GDP, and then we were kind of like talking about this, I think last week,
Yeah, the
that
grayscale.
where this Bitcoin could go when it comes to the economy, like how much can take over and from how long, and so what is Bitcoin going to do in the future, like when it comes to this economy? We all kind of interested in this. We all kind of like look into it. We kind of like we want to gauge it how much it's going to take over the market.
Yeah.
So how do you see this? How much research have you done?
The thing is, I'm not an economist, and I would lie. So that's why
No.
I'm believing your numbers really, because I just, I'm listening to other people, but I'm not an economist, by far not. So what I just see is it will interconnect all the countries and all the economies, and which is an amazing thing that we are then able to send money very easily, or Bitcoin very easily, to other countries, and that we'll be very interconnected, so we have like a world currency and a world system. And so I believe this is an amazing future that we're having, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, and I just remember it. The small countries around the world, the third world countries that we call, their money, some of the countries already, it's went so de-evaluated that it's crazy. People, like, the papers are using the money they're using for other things to just burn or use for other things.
Right.
So with Bitcoin or any other coins that each country is accepting, other coins like XRP, it's going to be accepted once they're out of the court. Own it from now, some, because once the court is done, it's about 50, 55, 60 cents.
Where
That's
can
going to go $3 to $5 right away,
Where
and
can
then it's
people
going to
buy
continue.
it? Because
Oh,
it's not
you
easy
can
to
buy it on
now.
KuCoin, and KuCoin, the app, it's a little bit uneasy to use, so you can buy it on the internet, their website, KuCoin website,
And Binance,
and Binance.
XRP.
No, they're
Maybe
not selling
China.
it.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I'm,
yes,
I'm,
US Binance.
I'm on Binance.
There's two
.com.
Binance. Binance.us
Yeah.
is not, we can't, but China,
see.
yes.
I'm trading on
yeah,
the other one.
Yeah.
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 All right. So anything
So
else?
with this, with this way, any other coin like Dash or XRP, the price fluctuates, but not as much as the evaluation of the currency. Like Lebanon right now, $1,500. $1 was $1,500. In about a year, it went up to 22,000. Now, 22,000 Lebanese is $1.
No
it's
way.
just crazy. Yes, it's going backwards. Meanwhile, the coins are going forward. So that's why. And Lebanon doesn't let. It's illegal to buy and sell Bitcoin.
No
it's
way.
just
How is it? I'm sorry. I know that you guys are from Lebanon, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
So
Border.
how is that that when you buy bread, so you pay 100,000 or
Yeah.
for a
No
bread,
idea.
or
Yes.
how much?
I
For
left since
That's
$22,000 you pay to get some bread.
22,000
Lebanese.
Lebanese.
No, it was
Dude.
1,500,
No
not
way.
22,000. So a
Wow.
lot of people, people who have outside families, they're sending money. Like we're sending some whatever we
Dollars,
can.
Yeah.
Yes,
to help out.
Mm-hmm.
to reach out and help out. But
That's
whoever doesn't have too many people or doesn't know anyone from outside,
Wow.
they're really not having easy time.
And they are not then accepting Bitcoin, and so the government
It's-
is like
it's illegal.
This
Yeah.
is crazy.
So
I mean, we're so grateful and thankful and blessed to be here.
Yeah.
And I feel for people around the world, and I just wish that day we see that it's going to change. And there are some countries that they really, really need help. And
Oh,
whoever
yeah.
is from that country, those countries, just share with everyone so people know what's going on.
Yeah.
And someone somehow, 1%, 2%, it adds up, and then some help is gonna go there.
Yeah.
that's amazing. Like future of Bitcoin. You guys hear the stories, and like it's gonna change the world. We see it because we are in it. People, when they don't watch this, they don't understand what the possibilities are, what kind of change is coming. Hopefully this podcast was like eye-opening in that sense, and show you guys a little bit of the inside and the sides and the corners of this cryptocurrency, what's going on. And as you guys know, the show is about developing mindset. So my last question is going to be, how did you develop your mindset about all this, and where do you see yourself going further from this point on, where like how are you gonna develop further yourself to become
better?
the next version of you.
I would say that every day I want to be 1% better in each field of my life. So every day I try to be better and better than the day before. And if that adds up, that's then 365% per year in each field. So that's actually how
Beautiful.
I want to get better. And I'm reading, I'm listening to podcasts like your podcast. Yes. And also I'm really working on myself because I know where I'm coming from, and some people have a better or an easier upbringing than me, but I know that also helped me in order to get resilient as I am right now in
That's
order to
good word.
come here. And being always eager to work on yourself is the most important, and also not thinking that you know it all, or oh, I already know it, or I'm already perfect. No, I'm not. Like, even if I'm thinking that I'm good and I'm like, oh, I'm getting a little from the universe, and then I'm like, oh my.
Or the opposite.
Yeah,
I
like
can't do
always.
it. I can't be better.
Yeah.
Some people. That's
Oh
how
yeah,
I
right.
think.
Some
Yeah.
people also hold themselves back, but you know, sometimes when I'm like getting a little bit ahead of myself, then I'm getting a little wink from the universe, and the universe is setting me then back where I'm like, okay, now I need to get better, and I need to be now a better trader, or I need to, because trader always make mistakes as well. So I make
Yes.
mistakes as a trader, and sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I should have not done that, or I should have waited till I go full in, or you know, there's that's a normal thing as a trader, but very important. Always work on yourself. Always get better, and it doesn't matter how good you think. Always be humble enough to see that you get to learn. That's just my
Amazing,
thing.
amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
And
Hi.
I'll give you one more reason why we
Let me
get
ask
to.
you the question.
All right, ask me the question.
Develop your mindset.
Yes.
I know you believe in this. I see you every day. Your phone is regularly on some kind of motivational something happening, and but how do you accept this? How do you work on yourself? How do you make the better version of you while you're developing your mindset?
Being open-minded. I let go of my alter ego. You know, you need some ego. A balanced ego is good. Everything has its own trinity, own wholeness. There is the female ego, which is the heart. When we only follow the heart, it's inevitable that we're going to get hurt emotionally. And when we only follow our brain, which is the male ego, it's inevitable we can get hurt physically. But when we connect both, it's the throat chakra, I call it. It's communication. So it's very important to learn how to communicate first of all, and then just saying some words that doesn't make sense isn't good as well. Or speak of the past. Every 10 years there is a change on this planet because of our sun. It sends high radiation, or the sun rays. I'm trying to remember the words. Anyhow, flares, solar flares. Light is information. So every 10 years, new information comes here to Earth. The 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Every those end of those 10 years, new way of dressing codes and new way of speaking, or new
Technology.
songs, new technology comes down. So basically, this 10 years, we get to relearn, and reinvent ourselves. If we don't, we see big companies that they've been around for 20, 30, 40 years. When the CEO and the board members are old fashions, they don't want to change. Guess what? That company is out in couple of months or in a year. So that's why I know how important it is to learn, educate ourselves every day. Like right now, I'm learning Spanish. I was trying to learn for the past 10 years. I learned for a couple of weeks. Something happens, I let it go, and then I don't go back, or I go back a little bit more, and then I stop, and then I'm like, I don't know why I can't learn Spanish. Now every day I'm on it and I'm gonna learn, and I know in a couple of months I will learn way more things than in the past 10 years that I've been trying to.
Yeah.
Amazing. So from me, guys, like developing mindset is one of my passion, because I went through it when I started this podcast. The question came to me, what are you gonna name it? And I thought about it, and all I can think about is me working by myself and then getting out of that mindset and then deciding to create a company. Was my mind did it. I had to develop my mind to believe that I could do it, to believe that it's possible, to believe that I can sustain it. And then that's why I called the show Developing Mindset, because I feel like you need to develop your mindset first before you move on to your next venture, next company, or whatever you thinking about developing. So in that process, I had a breakdown, and I remember sitting there and sobbing and crying, and I didn't understand what was going on. But one thing came out of that was breakthrough, which is I had to reinvent myself. I have to make myself the better version of me, and that made me who I am today. And people like know me a while back. They talk to me. They're like, "Why are we talking to?" I changed, and the change is good. Welcome it. Don't worry about your breakdowns. Don't stay there. Get out of it. Make your new version, and then just go, and then just do it. And if it doesn't work, stop doing that. But if you don't do it, you're not going to find out that's going to be your passion. You got to find your passion, and pretty much the show is the outcome of all that. And I appreciate you guys. This was amazing. Thank you, Katya. Thank you, Hike.
I also appreciate you so much.
Yes.
Or so much that you're like doing this amazing podcast and helping so many people out there. And if only one person takes everything in and does the things that we said on here, it's already worth it. So, and
I think so.
There's you definitely have such an amazing heart, and I'm very happy and I'm thankful and grateful that I could be on your show. Thank you so much.
Well,
It's all about give and take.
Yeah.
We wanted to thank you.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Well, thank you, brother. Vaj, we're brothers, and he's been doing this for a year and a half or more.
Almost 2 years. I finished my
years.
99 and I stopped, and I wanted to restart, and then this is the refresh and restart, recreate. Yes, and I mean, like, I appreciate you, Hai, coming here and giving your knowledge and what you've been doing for so long now, and it's amazing. Find your passion, find your purpose, and just fucking do it. And that's all. That's what's gonna take for you to know if that's for you. And develop your mindset, non-stop, constant, and don't settle for anything less. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.